I don't understand people that want to make them bigger.
I don't either.
I thought the idea was to have them small.
You want
What are those? Look interesting.
So, can you talk a little bit about the relationship, what you can tease about the relationship between Mulder and Scully in the new season, or what are you allowed to tell today?
I don't know what I'm allowed to tell. But,
what do you want to tell us?
I mean, it's the same. It's as it was. You know, I mean, I think Chris was smart from the very beginning. You have a serialized television show that's now had well over 200 episodes. You've got to parcel out the goodies little by little, you know. So, as much as fans might think they want this or might think they want that, unfortunately, once you cross a line, it's hard to go back over, you know, the other side. So, I'm just being vague because I couldn't tell you. I think what's interesting about the relationship is their working partnership and their kind of reliance on one another. And I think that's what people like about the male-female partnership with Mulder and Scully. You know, they may want a sex scene, but I guarantee you they don't really, especially not at the age we are at now.
How do you and Jillian kind of mitigate the idea of like that people really obviously do ship this couple? How does that inform the working relationship between Mulder and Scully? Like,
Absolutely not. I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I have no interest in that personally, and has nothing to do with the way I approach my job. Or if I was to write one, I might think about the relationship. And in fact, the ones that I've written, I do kind of. I feel like I'm comfortable kind of loosening them up outside of the work. But as an actor, if I start thinking about that kind of crap, then I'm lost. You know, that's the last thing an actor should be thinking about is.
So you compartmentalize that's what I'm saying. Like you compartmentalize this kind of perceived romance between them, and like when it comes to working with their working relationship.
Yeah, I mean, think about your own life. You know, do you think when you go see your boyfriend or whoever, do you think like, how's this being perceived by others? You know, it's like as an actor, you're constantly guarding against any kind of self-consciousness. That's the death of acting. Is somebody watching themselves, and if you start to think about people watching you, then that's the back door into your own self-consciousness. So I'll have to forget this conversation by the time I get back on set. Just take those.
What's the most important thing you've learned from Chris Carter that has helped you really understand the evolution of
I think probably invest in real estate. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What was the end of your question?
That's really helped you understand this character over the years. What do you think has been the most important thing you've learned from Chris Carter as a creator, as someone?
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of headstrong about it. At some point, you know, I do the lines as they're written, but at some point I decided that I knew who this guy was. You know, that this was my character and I was playing it and I owned it. And that could be to my detriment or to the detriment of my work. I don't know, but I think in the beginning, what I'm attracted to, and it seems in retrospect, characters that I'm attracted to playing seem to be people that speak the truth. No matter what the consequences. And I feel like the first time I did that was probably with Mulder. So I think that I guess I learned something about, you know, what I'm drawn to as a performer. And that was like, to me, that was the inherent basis of the character. It was a guy who didn't mind being a fool. And I think I could trace that back to Chris for sure in the pilot.
You didn't really tease. You said you were going to tease the season, or that nobody's going to hold you back. What can you share with readers about
Well, I think that the last time we did 6 episodes, and we hadn't. The last time you would have seen our characters was a movie that was in 2007 or 8, right? So that was 7 years. So we had a lot of exposition to cover. So that took 2 episodes, and then at the end we got to wrap it up. That took an episode. So that left us with 3 episodes to do what we do, which is nothing, which is not enough. So now we're doing 10. We do have some exposition to take care of to get us out of the mess that we got ourselves into at the end of that. But that's dispensed with rather quickly, so that we can get into doing the show that we always did, which was less kind of self-consciously about the show itself, which is unfortunately what those episodes tend to be. Even if they're interesting mythology or whatever, they're kind of about the show.
Last time you said getting everybody together was one of the big hurdles. 10 episodes is even more. So was that another hurdle?
Yeah. It's always tough for everybody to get on the same page in the same city. For this time around, 4 months. Last time was like 2 months. Yeah. So it's tough. But we pulled it off. So here we are. Yeah.
How do you think Mulder's evolved over the years? How has he grown as a character?
I don't know. I'd like to know what you think.
I think given the current political climate and cynicism and anti-science is really growing.
Yeah, I hate to think of him as anti-science.
No, Mulder's not. But
I
just
know,
the
but he might be.
climate.
He might be a little bit anti-science. And he might be a little bit a guy that says fake news too.
Right.
Which is unsettling to me. But, yeah. So I think it's interesting to think about him in this climate. I think it's interesting to think about the show in this climate. However, in terms of like how a character evolves over the years, it's an interesting question for an actor to approach. And I did it slightly with Twin Peaks, but that was more like a physical, like, oh my God.
And she's the boss now.
Thank you guys. That's all we have time for. Thank you so much.
But I really wasn't going to answer anything interesting. I wasn't getting anywhere good, I'm telling you.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, Mulder has changed so much since season 1. If you had to give advice to season 1 Mulder, what would it be?
Get comfortable shoes. Hard to run in dress shoes.
It really is.
And their heels.
In Washington, D.C., it's really hot.
See, I mean, maybe Mulder has changed, but I really think that, I forget whose question, I think it was your question when I was answering about what drew me to him in the beginning. I think it's the same, which is there's a certain kind of fearlessness to the guy that he doesn't care about. I mean, I've always said that we have like 212 episodes that we've done, and he's solved this many cases, 0. So he's the worst FBI agent of all time. Like if he was on Law and Order, there'd be no order. And so I feel like his resilience is great. I feel like the fact that he can still believe what he believes, even though he's never gotten the truth. It's kind of phenomenal when you think about it. Or sad, one or the other.
Thank you.